Not this girl falling off the bloody wagon before it started moving.
Okay, let's do this. In 3, 2, 1. It's Thrive time.
Hello beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to Thrive Out Loud. If you are brand new on this channel, thank you so much for giving me a chance. Thank you for clicking on to find out what we're about on here. If you are a returning viewer, liker, subscriber, I don't want to say fan, a friend of the channel, thank you for giving me one more chance. Even though this relationship is becoming toxic-ish because I just ghosted, I really appreciate you coming back on here. So, there's a lot going on. I know, and you might wonder, but why would you just come on camera with nothing going on? I've got literally nothing going on except this situation on here. I've got a bit of a 16-year-old situation happening with my skin on there, and that just goes on to show like there's a lot going on. So after the last time we spoke, because I got a text yesterday from one of my faves, was like, hey, we haven't seen you on the YouTube streets in a while. I know I only get like 3 views or so, but all 3 of those people, they want to see something. But she was like, hey, I haven't seen, like, what's going on? Are you okay? We haven't really, touching base. We're just checking on you. And it made me realize that a lot has happened ever since the last video I recorded. And
not this girl falling off the bloody wagon before it started moving.
So, beginning of this year, I had a plan. I had a whole plan. It was and this bad girl over here, and my plan included a content plan, a workout plan, business plan, money plan, career plan, like I was gonna be the girl. It was all up on my vision board. But before January could end, before the sun, January could set, everything had completely fallen out of the window. And I don't want to say it has fallen out like I've given up on it, but the way everything just started moving so quickly, and then I realized, I actually should have made allowance for this. I'll explain what I mean. So for starters, when this year started, if you have been following this channel or myself for a while, then you'd know that I lost my other job. I lost my job sometime around July, August last year. There was a whole unfair dismissal thing going on. If you don't know what's going on, I'll link it somewhere here. I'll find somewhere to link it. But the moral of the story is I lost my job and I was unemployed from, I'd say, the first week of August through to the last week of Jan, which is what I'm trying to get to, right? So during that time, I had my entire day all to myself. I could plan out my day and have everything happening as it was. The one thing that I do appreciate about that time, where I got to, like,
You'll think, you'll thought it until your brain doesn't want to think anymore,
is basically the mental space I got to explore a lot of my creativity. I got time to myself. I got to have a lot of alone time. I got to explore different things, and I launched my fitness boot camps, and that went really well. I then took accountability of my mental health because I could journal without anything standing in the way. I worked out every single day without fail for at least 3 to 4 months until, well, stuff started moving sideways. And I actually do enjoy staying at home. The only thing I don't like about staying at home is money not coming into my bank account. But if I were given an option to say stay home and make money from home, I would take that any given day. So that's what went right. What went wrong, of course, is that some days you really feel low. Some days your confidence is really taking a blow and you feel like everyone is rejecting you. Even when people are just going on about their business, going on with their days, you feel like they're intentionally avoiding you because we're not umahlalela and haron. But that's not true. Oh, and I'm skipping this part. One thing that went really, really well during this entire time is that during the entire, I'd say 6 months or 5 months of being unemployed, not once was I ever broke. Like broke. I was always cute broke. Like I was broke, hey, but I was never like broke. I've always had data, always had airtime. My nails were always done. My hair was always done. But now, nshebe, like I'm not a whole employed human being. But I'm just on here to say, hey guys, welcome back. I'm still here. And I haven't completely forgotten about the plans I had, but sometimes you just allow God to take the steering wheel, because you may have plans for yourself, but He takes the final decision. So here I was thinking, okay, maybe unemployment is my portion. Let me just take advantage of the free time, the Wi-Fi, and everything that I have in the house. Can't you know? Stuff is just gonna start moving. So somewhere around the 3rd week of Jan, I can't recall the specific date, I started getting calls for like interviews and getting like job offers left, right, center, and that was exciting, but it also left me feeling anxious, because me and I have plans, and my plans involve me having my time all to myself. I got a job offer in Cape Town. It was really an amazing offer, and sometimes I still feel like I should have taken it, but the offer didn't really make sense. By now we know I'm a baby mama, I am the baby girl, I am a missus in the house. I can't just take my bag and go. I can't just take a backpack and go. I have 2 other people to think about, and sometimes things just don't make sense generally. So I turned that job offer down, because they're offering this amount for this amount of change that I need to bring in my life. I was like, nah, this is just not happening. It's not happening. But I think a day after that offer, I got another job offer, and they were offering me, really good money, and it was just around the corner. I was like, you know what, maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign that you need to go back in the workplace, either to elevate your skills or to get money to fund your dreams, however you think about employment, I'm there with you. So that's what has been going on for the last I'd say month or so. And obviously from the minute I walked into that space, it's a high pressure zone where there's everything and anything happening. Everything is always moving, and there's deadlines all over the show, and within 2 days of being there was already just so much going on, and I felt like I was buckling under the load. So I had to disappear for a while from my social media and from my YouTube channel, as well as from my podcast. If you're following those, you'd realize that on Instagram I basically have only been posting Melrose campaign content, because I had a Melrose campaign. Anything else fitness related, everything just stopped. It got so bad that I haven't been to the gym this week. Like, that is just how bad it is getting. But I'm finding my balance, because it's not okay, because the gym is my place of peace and clarity. If I'm unable to go to the gym, then that just goes on to show what's going on. And like I said, I've got this whole situation on there where I'm like a flippant 16-year-old. I don't know what's going on. My edges are not laid, my nails are not done. Just look at my skin. I've got dark circles everywhere, and there's just a lot going on. But I still don't think it's an excuse enough to just ghost, especially on something that I started on my own. No one forced me to start a YouTube channel. No one forced me to start a podcast. And all these days, like the past month, when you had a certain routine and you feel the need or the urge to say something, but your day is just not daying. Your routine is not routining. Nothing is going right. So I had to just stash the whole entire routine, because I would get so mad at myself when I'm unable to do things that I wanted to do, or things that are on my to-do list. So I had to just scratch everything, screw everything, put it aside, and just allow the day to move, so I can just steady into the flow of the day. So that's where I've been for the last month. Employed, stressed the fuck out. I have neglected my health and fitness. I've been eating crap for the last month. Just look at this situation. But anyway, story for another day. Edges are not laid. I have no nails on. I have no makeup on. I've got dark circles for days, and skin is just acting out. And all of that, I understand where it's coming from, because obviously I haven't been really taking the best care of myself so far. But I don't mean for this video to take too long. I'm just on here to say, hey, I really appreciate the 1.5 people that have checked out on me, that have, hey, hit me up to say, hey, what's going on? We haven't really seen your content, and are you okay? Is everything all right? I really do appreciate those people, and I need to thank you for your patience as well. I'm aware that our subscriber list has grown, even if it's just by one person. That is growth. And this has happened during the time when I haven't really been putting out content, and I just want to thank you for your patience. I want to thank you for just being there and just giving the girl a chance to prove herself, because it could have been really easy for a person to just unsubscribe and say, you know what, this is not happening. We signed up for consistency, and that's what I was serving until life hit. So I will be finding a balance. We will be finding a balance together, because I do still want to incorporate this into the way my life has been going. We just obviously need to find a better way of doing things so that we don't buckle under the load. I still want to keep the same schedule going, because remember we had motherhood stuff on Monday. So my mother Diary of a Mom or Motherhood Mondays. I can't recall what it's called. There was Tech Tuesdays, where I went into the civil engineering industry, what my journey was like as a student and as a professional, and what you can expect if you're walking on the same path. And we had Workout Wednesdays, where we basically just had workout videos for those that are trying to fetch their booties. And then we had, I think, Chit Chatty Thursdays, where it could be a story time or anything of that sort. And then we had Freestyle Fridays, that was basically dedicated to Black owned businesses or companies whose services we've used and we swear by, and we basically use that segment to give people their flowers while they're still alive and while they're still up and running. I think so far I've only had one, and life took over from that point. And in as much as I'm not trying to be extra hard on myself, I'm aware that I'm the one who put myself out there and I should do better in terms of being accountable. Okay, this video is taking too long, but I just came on here to say, hey guys, I'm still alive, and to the 1.5 of you guys that have checked on me to see, hey, are you okay, what's going on? I really do appreciate you, and I do appreciate your patience throughout this time, and I do appreciate you clicking on this video just to find out what it's about. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Remember the house rules. In here we like, we comment, we subscribe, click on the bell notification, and tell a friend to come join our family. You never know who's looking for a happy, gorgeous family like the one we have on here. So just bring a friend, and they can like bring some snacks and some drinks, and let's have all the fun. Okay, this is taking too long. See you next time. Bye.